beautiful love. It's the 6th of July 2024 and this is Tavistock Devon's third Pride event. I'm in Devon. It's the 6th of July 2024 and this is Tavistock Devon's third Pride show and parade. Let's go! The Love Army HQ, what's this all about?
Well, it's the first Pride stall within the Southwest, Plymouth Pride stall. And yes, so...
You alright?
Yeah!
So, after teaching after 30 years, I decided the one thing that the Southwest needed was a permanent beacon in Plymouth of just a bit of representation within the community. So, no one else was going to do it.
So you're from Manchester originally?
Manchester originally, yeah. Moved down to Plymouth for love.
Yeah.
And
as you do.
As you do.
Yeah. Not for the army.
No. I won't be joining any. The only army I'd join is the Love Army.
Yeah, that's what it says. Love Army HQ.
This is us. So, and we're all about the niceness, about bringing people together, promoting positivity, raising awareness, not only within the community, but a lot with people without. We're outside the community, you know, educating. We also act as a little hub for safe space. If anybody's looking for any information, if anybody's, we put people in touch with Intercom Trust, which is a charity support. We put people in touch with the Not Alone Plymouth. So we do try and act as getting information out there to people that need it.
So you're based in the main market in Plymouth?
Behind the fruit and veg guy, so he's you'll hear him before you see me. He's
you got the sound coming through from there.
That's alright, it's just been I'll tell you what it is, the easiest way to sum it up, it's been a nice experience. You know, you do hear some heartbreaking stories, but ultimately for every shitty comment that I get, I get 1,000 nice ones, so I can work with those maths, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So how long have you been up and running?
Been up and running since we started just before Christmas, and it's one of those things where you start something, you have no idea how it's going to be accepted within a marketplace, because you get every Tom, Dick and Harry walking past, people of all
They're very popular names,
persuasions.
actually, aren't they?
Say again?
They're very popular people. Tom, Dick and Harry.
Well, they certainly are, especially Dick. So you just don't know how you're going to be accepted. You don't know how you know any perceptions. You don't know, will there be religious zealots all lined up outside protesting within a week?
Yeah.
Again, you just don't know. So it's been nice to be received so well within the Southwest community, just the whole Southwest.
Plymouth is quite blinky still in some areas. It still needs to open up in the city centre. You might see it from a different point of view, having market there all day.
Yeah, I might see it from a different. Okay, I might see it from a different point of view. It's just I don't know.
Anyway, it doesn't matter about that. But what made you come up with the idea?
It was supporting. I mean, I read that. Well, I'd finished teaching and had enough, and I read that nearly half of trans people in this country literally attempt suicide, and that was
took a bit louder. Sorry.
No, the attempt suicide. 40% of trans people in the country, and that shocked me and upset me. And I thought, how do I, as an individual, move that needle as far as possible, where acceptance is the norm, where let's get it right. People are people. The contents of somebody else's underpants is always their business. It's nobody. It's not the business of your next door neighbour, but again, it's certainly not the business of politicians. And I find that when politicians
they tend to be blinkered anyway.
Well,
they're in their own bubble.
I find
quite often, and usually hypocritical in the process as well.
Well, I find Sunak wanted to do culture wars, and his words of validation at the top, or validate violence for thugs at the bottom.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to move the needle as far as possible.
Yeah.
That's the main aim of the stall, as it were.
So what have we got here?
We've got.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Carry on.
Good.
I've got. We sell a lot of pins. I've got lanyards with whistles so you can make noise and be fabulous.
Yeah.
Got a lot of croc charms there for £1 each. You can put them all in your crocs and look amazing.
What are you flip-flops?
Flip-flop. These are crocs.
Crocs, sorry.
I've got about 25 different types of cards, flags here.
Okay.
Face paints, belts, special for LGBT jewellery. You know, we just try and promote that within the community.
Yeah. So how can people contact you or your store?
Love Army HQ. Type it into Google, type it into Instagram, type it into Twitter, type it into TikTok. You name it, we're on it. So Love Army HQ, just one word.
Okay, thanks a lot.
No worries. Thank you very much. Cheers, and you.
The Edison Trust is a Plymouth-based organisation.
So
originally.
we were founded in Plymouth, but we cover the whole of the southwest. So we work from Gloucester all the way down to Cornwall. We work doing HIV prevention and sexual health charity. So part of the organisation is support work with people living with HIV, and then prevention around HIV.
And you've been going since the mid-90s, really, haven't you?
It's early 90s, yes.
So it's been a very important
it's,
period to cover.
Yeah, so the landscape of HIV has been changing over the past 40 years. So it's no longer a death sentence as it was in kind of the 80s/early 90s.
Yeah.
If you are diagnosed with HIV, you will go on to medication, and what the medication does is it reduces the virus.
Yeah.
So there isn't a cure at the moment for HIV. What the medication does is reduces it to something called undetectable. And there's something at the moment which is called U=U, that is undetectable equals untransmissible.
Right.
That means someone living with the virus who has an undetectable load has no fear of onward transmission.
You carry on with a normal life.
Yes, so you could have condomless sex without fear of onward transmission of the virus.
Yeah. Well, I recorded Plymouth World AIDS Day in 1992.
Okay.
When it was a very difficult time for people with HIV.
Yeah.
And it was still a death sentence in some areas then.
Yeah.
And I was at the College of Art and Design, and there's a bit of an attitude with some of the lecturers there. And I found an awful lot of hypocrisy as well, because I found that their behaviour was quite often worse than the people that were putting down, which is typical of the system anyway.
The biggest part of HIV at the moment is the stigma that is related to it.
Yes.
So people still have outdated views of what it's like to live with HIV, how the transmission of HIV happens, or the acquisition of HIV happens. So it's about kind of educating yourself about where we are at the moment. There is a campaign at the moment in the UK of no new diagnosis by 2030. And what that's done is, the things that have been done to kind of eliminate the transmissions are in A&E. If you present at A&E in certain, I think there's 6 A&Es throughout the country, you automatically get a bloodborne virus test, which includes HIV. And in the first 100 days there was 122 new diagnoses of people who were living with HIV but didn't know their status. So that's really important.
There's still the 12-year itch with the HIV. You can have the virus up to 12 years and still be having sex.
So it's called a late diagnosis, where people have been living with the virus, and in the UK the percentage of people who are diagnosed late is over 50%. So it's people who may not think that they can be affected by HIV, who can.
That's men and women, of course.
Men and women. We saw last year, for the first time in the 40 years, the new cases in the UK in heterosexual males and female overtook gay, bisexual, MSM men, only by like a 0.02%. But it's getting that wider message out to people that anyone can be affected by HIV. It's not seen as the gay bisexual disease as it was in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Anyone can acquire the virus.
I was just remembered actually, because when I recorded Time to Act in 1992, it was the first time I met the Edison Trust.
Okay.
So you've been going all that time,
Yes,
and
yes.
that's on the video as well.
Yes.
So if you look at
brilliant.
Time to Act on YouTube, it's very informative because a lot of people are going through the politics of the day.
Yeah.
And it's strange the backgrounds of the people. They catch the virus as well. You
Yeah.
know, and it opens up on the video as well.
Yeah, I think now with like more sexual freedom with people, people are having sex with different groups, so bisexuals, swingers, transsexuals. So you know, it's not a virus that's limited to just gay bisexual men anymore. We are seeing
it never was.
No, it wasn't, but that was how the
Because a lot of it
perceived.
came through, bad blood from America.
Yeah, so the first time it was referred to as GRID, which is gay-related immune deficiency, and that actually wasn't
And some of the
by
papers
a
use it as
medical.
homophobic.
It wasn't
statement.
by the medical profession. It was
Yeah.
actually by the New York Times that actually
New York
put
Times,
this grid together,
stigma,
which is but moving forward, kind of. So PrEP is now available on the NHS if you meet the criteria.
Okay.
That's a really good way of limiting the transmission of HIV.
Yeah.
It's like 99% effective when taken as prescribed. So that's part of the new diagnosis by 2030.
Is there an increase of STDs at the moment?
So the figures, the data for 2023 has just been released. What we're seeing kind of across the UK is an increase in gonorrhea and syphilis.
Yes.
And that isn't specific to any kind of sexuality, it's just a rise across the board as well.
Yeah.
The thing with syphilis is with home testing kits, so if you were to order a home test kit, you will always get, if you've been treated for syphilis in the past, you will always get a positive result.
Yeah.
So if you feel that you may have syphilis, you need to get a face-to-face appointment, because if you just do a home test kit and you've had syphilis and been treated in the past, it will always produce a positive result.
So how can people contact the Edison Trust?
So you can go onto our website, which is www.eddystone.org.uk, and we've got a free phone number.
So you're the National Trust, of course, and you support Pride.
Yeah.
So whereabouts are you based?
So we're both from Buckland Abbey.
Buckland Abbey.
Yeah, but we have got a selection from all over the place.
So where's Buckland Abbey?
Buckland Abbey is down. Oh, that's a
Buckland Monaco Road.
Yeah. Buckland Monaco.
So not far from Yelverton.
And it's a very popular place. So what's the history behind it?
Oh, it's a really old abbey, but then it got converted and became the home of Sir Francis Drake. So that's what it's mostly famous
He's
for.
villain now.
Yes.
He's a villain then.
Well,
Yeah, that's
just
right.
recognised as a villain now,
That's definitely part of the history.
Yeah, it's part of our history, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for Plymouth and the Southwest, America wouldn't be America.
Well,
a different name
It's all
altogether.
intertwined, isn't it? Which is a great story to tell.
So it's nice to see you at Pride in Tavistock anyway.
Yeah.
How can people contact you?
Well, they can go onto our website. I mean, we're here obviously at Pride. They can come down to one of our properties. Or there's even a number as well. They can ring, email. Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much anyway.
That's all right, no worries.
This is Pride Tavistock 2024, the parade.
Sign bonus points, of course! Come and see us, we'll give you all bonus points!
It is now.
Yes, I know. Freedom is coming. Yes, I know. Freedom is coming.
It's great.
Fly the world.
Oh, there you go. I believe.
Happy Pride. So where the drinks come from?
Huh?
Where the drinks come from?
St. Eustatius Church.
That's very good of you. Thank you.
John, give us a wave!
Is that a Mexican wave? Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride!
Enjoy the day. See you later. Thanks to the incredible organisers and people of Tavistock Devon 2024. I thank you all. Music on this video with great thanks by Jazmin from Plymouth. Love Summertime TV Worldwide. You can contact us at ccs1@gmail.com. Don't forget to friend and share the video.